How did you first get your start with video art?
I guess I've just been a hobbyist for a very long time. And I would say in the past year, I've just been given a lot of opportunities by friends and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's been really nice to have those.
Yeah.
It just gives me more and more incentive and drive, and also I would say inspiration to do bigger and better things.
Totally.
With it.
Alright, so we're going to be glitching. Should we start with X-Men?
Yeah.
One of the X-Men
Here's
tapes.
mine.
And then, do we want a different one other than X-Men? I think these are 3 X-Men. Or do you want both X-Men glitched on top of each other?
That would be fun.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, let's put them on top.
And I didn't even check if either of these are rewound, so we will see. It's so hard to see without light. There we go. Cool, feel free to... So the way this one works is you've got your dirty mixer right here.
Oh yeah,
so you can go, and then, yeah, both, and then any of these knobs you can flip, and then, so, let's see. This is the one that I think is plugged into this one. Yeah, because you can get the colors even crazier. So you said you were given a bunch of opportunities.
Yeah, I just started kind of building a CRT wall in my spare room because I just wanted a place to chill in my house, because I had the first apartment that I didn't share with a significant other this past year. And so I have this little spare room that's not big enough to be a bedroom, very Chicago spare rooms deal.
Yeah.
And so I found these 4 identical CRTs on Facebook Marketplace. This guy lives in an elementary school for free, and built the CRT wall. And then I started hanging out with Daniel and I just started doing projects with it, I guess.
Totally.
But even before that, I would say I had this VHS camcorder, and I offered to shoot a music video for my friend Teresa, DJ Girl.
Yeah, I haven't interviewed DJ Girl, but I've used DJ Girl's music on the show before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the very early stages.
Great. She's so great. I fucking love her.
I think, honestly,
Shout out DJ Girl.
It might have been...
Aegis.
Yeah, I think it was still when it was a live show, because I started out as
Really?
Yeah, around the pandemic, the same kind of thing you were talking about earlier of wanting to stream. When I got into this video stuff, I was there's nothing long format with it, really. Mm-hmm. And so I was I want long format, VJing. And then because of copyright issues of because originally I was going to put it on Twitch and then just put it on YouTube. But well, Twitch, it's you can do whatever live, but then they'll just mute it after. But YouTube, I used one Young Lean song, and then they blocked the entire video, and I was just uploading as unlisted for Patreon of you can rewatch the live show, and then so that's kind of how it transformed into more of a talk show with music from either my music or artists I know. So we could even play Daniel's music on the show.
Oh hell yeah! We should play some of their
new album.
Yeah,
Nice.
I
Cool.
also did the cover art.
Oh really? That's it. Cool.
Yeah.
I can edit that in and put that on the screen too. When
shout out me and my graphic design as well. But yeah, it was really, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, actually, and, honestly, Teresa is a big part of me, just kind of having the confidence to do things, because before I shot that music video, I had only done, one sort of, short film just for funsies, and I hadn't really delved into making videos at all before that. I mean, I've always definitely been interested in things like that, but I hadn't had the confidence to go out and do it.
Yeah.
And I offered to do the music video for her because she, we're friends, know, and I don't even remember how it came to be, but I was just like, yeah, I can shoot a music video for you. Never done that before, but sure, I'll do that. And, you know, she gave me, like, complete creative freedom, which was, like, my only, like, thing about it was that, like, I've never done it before, so I need complete creative freedom. So, and she did.
That's
and,
great.
You know, I don't know why she saw that in me or how she did.
That's awesome.
But, yeah, and I had never edited anything before.
I need to reach out to her and see if I can do a different one, because I did, like, since I, like, use artists' music on the show, I'm like, oh, if you want to, like, I can cut this out and send it as a music video. But the one that I did for Eat This, I think I was glitching Twin Peaks, but it was like still when I was like streaming, so it was just exported from like OBS and just like looked like trash. Like, from what I know now to like what I was making then, I feel like I can make something so much better.
And Teresa also actually like loves VHS tapes. Like, honestly, I might have like been spurred on a little bit by her too, because we would go to the thrift store. I think one time we went to the thrift store together, and she got this like Bill Clinton exposed VHS tape, and we like went back to her apartment and started like watching it, and it was just like dumb. It was just so dumb. And she lived by this Little Caesars and smoke shop. It was the best place ever. Like, I was just like, Teresa's fun as fuck anyways, but I loved hanging out with her at that apartment because it's like smoke shop, Little Caesars, Teresa, like perfect corner of Chicago.
Yeah.
Was there. But she's in Austin now, so miss her every day. But I might have some upcoming news with her in May, which might be really fun, that I shouldn't really like maybe talk about yet.
You can hint at it. But
I'll hint at it. I'll hint at it like, a little bit. That it's cool
and it's coming in May.
A little bit, yeah. But yeah. So like, and you know, like things like that just kept kind of happening as I like would kind of go out on a limb with another artistic endeavor and challenge myself a little bit more with something more out of my comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And like that's, I feel like something I try to continuously do, because I don't want what I do to like just be the same, I guess. I was actually talking to Samantha at the show on Saturday, and it's like, you know, I just can't stand only using the same sort of like hardware in the same way every show. Yeah. I want to plug things in differently. I want to use a different combination. Totally. I want it to look different every time. Yeah. Even if it's not the same people in the same location. And like, you know, people aren't really going to like pick up on if I'm using the same effects. Mm-hmm. But like, I know that. Yeah. Yeah. And in some way, I'm still doing the show for me too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, like when you're doing something, especially live, and it's like improvisational at all, you're kind of doing it for yourself as much as you're doing it for the audience. Yeah. You know, and like, especially when you're doing something visual, you're looking at it the whole time, and it's kind of like you're entertaining yourself, but everyone else. Yeah. So like, you know, it does kind of make it easier too, as you're like, oh, that looks like shit. I'm gonna change the effect. Yeah. You know, and I really wonder if it's like that for like people who do stuff like with audio, like DJs, if they're like, oh shit, the mix is falling off. Let me pick it back up, because I've never done that. But the Korg Entrancer I've been using, or is it Korg? I don't know. It's like, it's in like the Chaos Pad range, but it's like an Entrancer, so it's for visuals. It has audio capabilities, so me and Daniel have talked about doing a like B2B or like a duos, where Daniel would like do some whatever Daniel does, and then I would mix some like tapes alongside them. Oh, that's awesome. Because it also like glitches the audio. Yeah. And affects the audio too.
I've never used this aspect of it, but this has the like, these are like the, what do they call it, the CV, whatever, like audio inputs. It's supposed to make like the kind of wavy lines like go on beat more. But I don't even think I have those like cables.
Really?
Yeah. But I should get some.
It would be
test
fun,
it
yeah.
out. Yeah.
So does it like beat match for you, or
it's supposed to like try to match the glitches with the beats, with the audio input.
Every piece of hardware that's like supposed to do that's like more for visuals, I've found like just doesn't
actually
doesn't hit right.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit right. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's maybe like because I work with like DJs who have like a high BPM or something. But I find myself all the time being like like just doing it my damn self because like the BPM match is just not it's not doing it well enough for me. I'm just like, get to work. But I don't know. Maybe that's me and my like lack of actual like ability to tell that kind of thing.
I always have like trouble too, where it's like as far as syncing stuff up to because the way I've been doing it since I like edit the episodes down too is like finding the best parts and then like mixing them together, which is like way easier to do in post than like doing for live shows. But I do miss because I've only video-wise I've only done the first DM for Address show. That was my first time ever doing any of this kind of live. But I would like to like get into VJing.
It's very fun, and like I definitely find myself more of a improvisational person. I've talked to people who like plan out their sets in advance, and it's just like a whole different bird. It's just like, and I don't know if I could really do that.
With this type of stuff, it's so like I just out of habit kind of learn what the the different knobs are, like obviously knowing what the dirty mixer is, but then other ones it's like it's just twisting stuff until I find what I want. Like there will be like, oh, I really like those lines, so it's twisting it until I try to get it. But it's very much like yeah, just turning knobs as opposed to like actually learning like scientifically this one goes to this one. Talking to Samantha too is super interesting because she's like so technical with stuff that like when I first did the DM, I met her at the DM for a dress show, and she was like, you have to like, you need to get a solder and like actually figure this out instead of like buying stuff like I'm buying pedals, which is kind of how I've approached it.
I actually I had not spoken to her, talked to her until recently because I was like slightly into like oscilloscopes, which I still am. I won't say I'm not. It's just like a sort of interest that's kind of out of my price range right now.
Yeah.
But I was like, Daniel, do you know anyone who fucks with oscilloscopes that's like in Chicago? And dude was like, oh, I think this person Samantha does.
Yeah, Samantha would be perfect.
Oh, I'm putting that on my list right now of people I want to have a conversation with.
Yeah.
That's because that's like a short list, is people interested in oscilloscopes.
Oscilloscopes that live in Chicago.
Yeah, that live in Chicago. It's like not a whole like Tinder app even.
Yeah.
So, and then we like I think met at that rave, and that was fun. And I saw that she was on your show beforehand, so I was like, oh, okay. And then I think that she also like fixes things as well. Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is also a very
any amps, instruments, oscilloscopes,
to
CRTs.
Yeah, like
she's
very resourceful
CRTs, so yeah, like
thing to like do. I would love to know how to do that kind of thing. I've always been intrigued by that kind of stuff, but I also feel like it's so... I need things, like, really, like, written out for me, and so I feel like I would end up breaking a lot of stuff, and so I'm so scared.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
especially CRTs, I feel like are so... Like, I appreciate them, and I use them, and it's, like, become such an integrated part of my life and of my art, but at the same time it's like I don't want to take it apart. Right.
I mean, first of all, it's like super dangerous to take apart anything that's like plugged into the wall, and second of all, it's like, you break one of these things, like you can't replace it, it's gone. You're taking one more of those out of the world at that point. I was just saying this to like Daniel the other day because I was like really upset because like one of the TVs I have, like, the volume down is, like, broken. And so, like, it was just minor, like, detail, right? But it's, like, okay, but, like, that's, like, a hugely... Like, that's a specific thing that's now broken on this, like, 20, 30-year-old piece of equipment that I can't just, like, easily go out and, like, fix. And so when it's, like, broken, it's broken. Unless you find someone who
can repair it,
who isn't going to like accidentally like electrocute themselves and die. Yeah. Which then you would be liable for and feel bad about forever. So. But yeah, so it's like it's a heartbreak, definitely, when like something like this dies. Like when you just don't have a piece of equipment that you cannot replace.
I'm very lucky with the ones I have. So this one was my sister's, my oldest sister, her freshman year of college was her TV. And then this one was my late aunt's. This one I got off eBay. And this one kind of sucks for glitching. Like it's like a later model, so it just can't handle stuff. I had to go in with the remote and turn off the blue screen of death. Because it's like any static, it would just go to blue. So I had to turn that off. But it ends up doing the same glitch over and over of just like the screen just rolling. And so, but these two are like great. I got this one because I wanted the flat screen, but now I've just kind of embraced it as the style of like having the curve on the screen. It's like that kind of just like pulling back the curtain a little bit of like we're filming off a TV. Like, you're gonna see the aux in the shot sometimes. It's not gonna be perfect all the time.
Like it just is what it is.
kind of definitely like embracing that aesthetic, and it ends up like looking kind of cool. Like I'll be editing it, I'll be taking this video in Premiere and blowing it up on this big screen, and it's like interesting to see the curve there.
I really like keeping my like camera, because I also use a camera with my like visual settings, and I don't always turn the menu off, so especially if it's kind of like for very on set at the show that I threw in this like basement with Sydney, who also goes by Sulfur, shout out Sydney. We did like this Excel VHS tape, which has like a lot of like windows and stuff, as you can imagine, and then I like intertwined that with some feedback of like my camera, and I kept like the menu on it, so it was just like a bunch of windows consecutively with the feedback, and it was like directly on her, and it just looked like so very cool. Like cyber, and she was playing like this like really like hard stuff, and it was a moment. I hazard to say it was definitely a moment, and like it just kind of works with the visuals sometimes, like you said, like it's just you have to kind of embrace that's like what you're doing, and it's fun to kind of pull the curtain back and be like, you're looking at a camera right now.
The feedback effect just with the projector is so cool, and that's like part of the reason I need to get a projector, to be honest, because I finally have a camera that has it's like VHS-C, but it has the RCA output, and so I can like finally like do that, like do either plug that into one of these, or even just like, or plugging that into one of these and then like having that go to the projector, but then like filming the people too and getting that like feedback.
It's really fun, as long as you like just are careful about, I mean, with live shows, this is the only thing that matters, is like the placement of it, where it's like on top rather than being projected through. You have to be careful about that, but like it definitely works with like a lot of things. And even then, I just like, I have a projector instead of a TV in my living room, just because like it's a different vibe.
Totally.
And
I feel like you're at the
I like it. Like it's just, you can do a lot with it, like even with like just taking photos and stuff, and like,
totally,
it's useful for like a lot of things. It's definitely fun, and especially if you're doing like visual stuff like this, like it's just useful to test, especially if you want to see how it's going to look like really, really big. I definitely need to invest in like a better one though, because like the one I have is just like whichever cheapest one I could find at the time. I found like a really nice one at the thrift like a couple weeks ago, and then when I went back, because I didn't have enough money at the like exact moment, it was gone. It was heartbreaking.
Really?
Yeah. And it was like a really, really nice one too. It was only like $50 at Unique. Which, like, a $50 item at Unique is, like, $2,000 million. So, but I'm trying not to, like, think about how I lost out on that. But it's interesting. With most of the venues I've played so far, I still have to have brought my, like, projector. I think I've only used someone else's projector, like, 2 or 3
really
now. Yeah.
Did the one show I went to that you played, was that the venue's projector, or was that yours?
Which one?
It was Daniel, Nikki, and then a bunch of people I didn't know. I think Sydney did play that.
Was it Manipool too? Was it Sydney and
that is the first one I met you at, was the Manipool one, and then I met you at
that was my first show, and
then I saw you at the show in Boys Town.
Boys Town. Oh, you're talking about the Boys Town show?
Was that what? Yeah. It was, I think, another DM for Address one, wasn't it?
The Boys Town show? Yeah. I think it was, yeah. No, that was the venue's projected. Okay. Thank God. Yeah.
The show before that was pretty funny, that the whole like catching fire.
Oh my god, that was so scary. Yeah.
It's like, why does it like at first when I came down I was like, oh, it's just a basement.
That was
just
so
what it smells
vicious.
Like. Yeah.
Yeah. That was definitely. I mean, like, it was kind of like a few of the shows I was having, there was some sort of crisis at the, like, beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel and I were joking, like, we were like, are we, like, cursed? Like, because it wasn't even just, like, normal, like, bad luck stuff that was happening to us. It was like, are we gonna, like, die in a fire in this, like, random DIY basement? Are we going to, like...
It's a way to go out.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, like, typical. Right, like typical. Okay, we should change it.
Oh,
this is
totally.
the credits. Let's see this one. We definitely gotta keep one of these. That's like the one with the over $70 of cool Star Wars things.
Oh
inside.
yes. It's Phantom Menace time, absolutely.
Yeah. The best Star Wars movie to date. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen all of the, like, additional...
Do you want Phantom Menace, then another X-Men? Or do you want...
Yeah, let's do Phantom Menace for now, and then maybe another X-Men. I really do love the ads that come in.
Oh, and we have multiple Phantom Menaces, so we could even do Phantom Menace on top of Phantom Menace.
Yeah, like different points.
Yeah. I've done that, especially, that's one really nice with the Dirty Mixer, is because you can do just kind of like back and forth, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I need it to rewind. It's an interesting, too, like, I will use like a switcher with the wave pool, and then like switching back and forth, so it like be cool because I can glitch two movies at the same time, but then it also creates like a cool like effect with it dropping down.
Yeah, I like would love another VCR. I keep having an issue with my VCRs where alongside my hardware that I use, it just keeps like kind of the mechanisms in them get like kind of messed up after a while, just because I think of all the travel I do with them.
Yeah.
So I need to find like a really hardy VHS, or honestly just like keep them in a hard case and never take them out.
Yeah.
But right now, like the hard case thing is not an option because I don't have that many hard cases at my disposal. Like that shit is expensive, but I just kind of like keep every VCR I come across.
Yeah.
Well, the ones that work.
Yeah.
I go for the DVD combos because those are usually safe.
You think? As far as VCR ones?
You don't like them?
I feel like they break easier.
Really?
Only because they were...
That's my issue.
Only because they were made later. So the parts for the VCR like are not as sturdy. Whereas like older VCRs were like made to like, as long as they're like clean and stuff, they're like made to like last a little longer. That's just what I found as far as like VCRs.
See, I found the opposite. Like because every time I have tried to use a non-DVD combo VCR, it's like eaten my tapes within like the first week. Okay. So maybe I've just had bad luck with the older ones.
Yeah. I've gotten very lucky with, I ended up getting the Zenith brand, and I liked it so much that like when I wanted to add a second VCR to the mix, I just bought the same one like again.
Yeah.
It's like, I know this one will work.
Yeah, there's definitely like an interesting niche of like people who care about the brand of VCR on the internet, which is funny.
Now we got all the Disney owned stuff.
Yeah.
Star Wars and
I mean, it's hard not to have that now since they like own like everything.
What's really funny talking about copyright laws earlier, most of the time I'm safe putting stuff on YouTube. Occasionally they're like, oh, well, you can't monetize it, but I don't have enough followers to monetize it anyways.
Yeah, and you have to like have like a firstborn child and like have your blood and like...
But occasionally it will, especially if depending on what anime I'm glitching, it will get blocked in certain countries. But like anytime I do have glitched any, with the exception of Neon Genesis, but any like actual Gundam anime gets blocked instantly in Japan because they're like Bandai TV owns this. You're not allowed to have this.
The Disney of Japan.
Yeah, Bandai.
I really love YouTube videos. I really like. I would love to venture into like mixing DVDs territory as much as I do love VHS tapes. The only thing is that like with the hardware I use right now, VHS tapes are just so much more optimal because there's no DVD menu. So you can instantly cue where you'd like to be. You know, and with DVDs you don't have that. But I've kind of played with the idea of, because I have the VCR DVD combo, so I could, and I can do that if I wanted to.
Yeah, that's true. Just, switch back and forth.
I've thought about making, like, my own mixes, and this would be, like, kind of a pre-planned thing. Because I was challenging myself, like, what if I did pre-plan my sets in a way? And I would love to do a DVD of, like, just random YouTube videos. And that way you don't have to cue it. Because you're not making a menu screen, it's just like a rewritable DVD. So I was like, that's like one direction I would really like to go in the future.
Can you make a DVD like autoplay too?
Like DVDs, I mean, with the VCR, I still do have to press play like when I'm mixing.
Okay.
So it would take about as long, I would assume. Like I said, I would have to definitely playtest this theory I have, but like as long as I'm making it like as if it's like a home movie DVD, like that shit doesn't have a menu screen.
Well, also, I know you're talking about doing DVD, but like you could also make a VH, like if you have a CRT or even any VCR that like records, get like one of those, which I use if I'm doing like digital stuff, like if I want to glitch like footage I've made or something online, get one of those like HDMI to RCA converters and then just like record.
I'm actually making like a tape for my friend right now of like something that doesn't like actually have like a tape for it, doing like something like that. And like I've also just talked about making some videos like of footage myself, really, and like mixing those, which that would like I guess also be a way to pre-plan a set, is to like make like the footage. Like is it like it's not really something already on the tape. Because I do still have the master. When I made the music video for Teresa's, I shot it directly onto VHS.
Oh, really?
So I still have the like
nice.
uncut tape of like her running around underneath the like not sewer, but like it's like a bridge underpass we were under. So it's just a bunch of footage of me and Teresa doing the music video. So it would probably be like really silly if we did that.
Hey, is there any way I could see it? Like, is there a platform that's on or Instagram or TikTok? Yeah, I think that it's gonna be. It's got so yeah, I run a label. It's called Eat This. So if you look at Eat This label, like all together one word. Eat this. Eat this. Eat
So
funny.
what do you kind of see next for your art? The DVD idea.
This is definitely one of them. I almost feel like I need to take a break just because, like I said, I just had surgery.
Yeah.
And they actually didn't even fix what was wrong with me, so I had to have a surgery again.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, I really need to take it easy.
Yeah.
Which I don't do. So I'm just kind of like taking all of the stuff that comes to me, but like not putting any extra into the world right now for like a month.
Yeah.
And then I have some exciting stuff planned in the far future.
Nice.
Which is
yeah, because you hinted at it. So that'd be cool.
Which is nice because I'm just like, okay, I have like a couple months to chill.
Yeah.
Like, cool. But yeah, I like planning far in advance. And then I can chill in the moment.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like I've gone just like, I was doing the show like weekly for a while. Mm-hmm. And yeah, got it. So this will be like the 45th episode.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then I got a new series, Glitch Peaks, that's coming up.
Yeah, so I was looking at your website today. Yeah. You know, I had not seen Twin Peaks until like last year.
Really?
Yeah,
nice.
I like it. Just I don't know. I kind of had like I wanted to like kind of boycott it because of like how many people were into it, and then I was like, okay, I need to stop being like 17 years old.
Is that the same reason why you hadn't seen Pulp Fiction?
Yes, it was, and that's why I find it. Well, also I got like it on tape, and I was like, okay, I have to watch this, even though I feel like I've already seen the movie in clips.
Yes, yeah, and
it's like one of those. Yeah, it's like I've seen it in like gifts.
It's like I've never actually seen Die Hard, but I get it.
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah, I don't need to see that movie for sure, but yeah, so, but then I finally watched it and I was like, okay, I like it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is fun. I've watched it so many times that it's like a weird like comfort movie for me. Pulp Fiction. And then Twin Peaks is, well, I guess another too. I've just like watched it so many times and I got like kind of deep dove into it, especially, did you watch The Return?
Well, I actually, before I watched the TV show, I watched Firewalk with Me.
Okay. With
my roommate. Because I was like, I'm not gonna ever watch Twin Peaks, but like we were having like
so the entire mystery is.
Well, it's actually I honestly probably would have never watched it had I watched it any other way.
Yeah, true.
Because like I was honestly thrilled with the movie and like I was like, wow, that was a really good movie. I guess I have to watch Twin Peaks now.
Yeah, and that's so fun.
Because I had always like been like so like, oh, God, the pilot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so, had I not gotten to, like, all the salacious details right away, like, I have TikTok brain.
Yeah.
So, you have to spill the tea first.
That's so funny.
And then I watched the show.
You watched it and, like, because it, like, the show messes with time, too, but you're like, no, we're going to watch this in chronological order.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, that's the whole thing, is, like, I, like, knew what happened already, and then I go back.
And you can enjoy, like, the little like hinting of like, oh no, I know, like they're hinting at this person's the killer, but I know who the killer is. Yeah. Honestly,
I probably would have gotten it. I would have never guessed.
Yeah.
Would have never guessed.
I don't think I did until they revealed it. Like, yeah, kind of took me through. It worked.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm glitching all the original VHS set of that for Side Street. And so it's gonna have like skits and stuff too. So if you want to be on an episode of that, you totally can as well.
Oh, so it'll be like episodic.
Yeah, gonna do 30 total because the entire like original series. It's ended up being like I did the pilot first and I glitched the entire pilot VHS and I was like, this is too fucking like I don't want this show to be 2 hours. So I ended up like cutting it down to like 30 minutes, and it's like
even though that's the only episode she's in.
Really? Yeah. Well, she comes back as her cousin.
That's true.
Yeah.
But that's not like the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't actually finished the 3rd season because I've been like stuck on like I watched the missing pieces like before episode 15 or something because someone told me that would be like a good tie to that specific episode. And then I just haven't gotten to the very, very end. Mostly because I don't want it to end.
Yeah,
Do you ever like get to the very end of a show and then you're like, I'll just put this on the back burner forever?
I usually binge TV, but The Wire I watched over like maybe a year of just quitting it and coming back to it because I didn't want it to end.
Look at that.
Like, it's so good. Yeah, that looks great.
Like in the background.
Yeah.
So good. Sorry.
Oh yeah, so the Wire like put off the ending, and then I finally like watched the 4th season, which was like one of the best seasons of like television, and so I finally finished it, and I don't know, it leaves you with that like hole of like now like I need to find something else to watch, and nothing's gonna be good enough, you know?
Right? TV just like does not hit like that.
Yeah.
Like I have not watched a TV show in a while, and like I don't even know where I would start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is on?
Yeah, I mean, even like Netflix, they like raise their prices so much, and it's just a bunch of crap. You know?
Yeah, I just have not watched a TV show in years and thought, wow, a TV show that's good.
Yeah, are you into anime at all?
Sad. I like some anime.
Mm-hmm.
I mostly watch like anime movies, and I like those because it's like not.
Doesn't go on forever.
It doesn't go on forever.
I like the contained ones of like give me like a good like 26 episode arc, and then it's like done, as opposed to just like One Piece or something going forever.
Oh my god, I don't know how people can do that. That's like a whole like career, job, lifestyle. Like, my like godson's dad is into One Piece, and I'm just like, that's almost a whole other kid that you're like nursing. Yeah, is your like love for that show.
Hundreds and hundreds of episodes.
I've actually been because a lot of people ask me to use anime like with their stuff. Mm-hmm. I've been kind of like delving more into like the anime that I used to watch when I was younger, which was like Sailor Moon, Card Captors, Yu-Gi-Oh, of course.
Yeah. You like Hamtaro?
Yeah, Hamtaro's cute.
Love Hamtaro.
I'd never really watched it on TV, but I played the like Nintendo DS games with my cousin, and they're so fun.
The games are valuable too.
Oh like, I mean like DS games in general. Like they always skyrocket.
Yeah. The Ham Heartbreak for Game Boy
is like, it bad?
No, it's great. It's like
no, I mean like the price.
Yeah, it's like $60 for a single.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's like you're like getting towards
it's
Pokemon
definitely going to get to the point with cartridges where people are just like bootlegging the fuck out of them.
They already are.
Yeah.
To like at my work, it's like we have to check like specifically always like Pokemon, but we'll get ones because
you get the fake green cards all of the time.
Yeah, and you'll have to like there's one that was like a Final Fantasy Tactics that was like didn't even have the same cover art on it at all, and it was just like a port of the game, and I ended up like playing it, but then it like it got to a point because it's like they're not putting like the time of like putting the little battery that saves or whatever. So I got to a certain point in the game and it just like rebooted. I was like, okay. So.
That's why I feel like it just needs to be like a thing of people like who care about those sort of things. Making more of them.
Yeah, totally.
There doesn't need to be like a small gene pool of like, these things because like there also doesn't need to be like only a certain amount of CRTs in production. And I feel like almost with like the resurgence of like VHS in general, there's no way that there's not going to be some sort of like renaissance of production of this sort of equipment.
And I do think on a smaller scale it has popped up because I feel like there are companies that do VHS dubbing that they're not finding old tapes. Like they got to be getting them produced somewhere. I feel like right, like the good because I have some like a few like 3 different like art tapes. Like there's one musician I actually saw in Chicago at Empty Bottle, Ginger Root, who like had this EP that was all kind of inspired by like Japanese city pop and wanted to put it on vinyl, but the record label, because of like Adele's record that was like 200 million like in the pandemic, all vinyl was just like you could not get it pressed, and so instead he made a VHS of release of it, whereas like couple music videos, couple lyric videos, and then the end of the VHS is like all karaoke, so you can do your own like karaoke versions of it, which is pretty cool. But it's like, so if that is possible, like I don't know, I definitely want to like figure out a good company to go with, because I would love to put out a VHS.
Yeah. I definitely, I'm working through this data retrieval forensics bullshit right now. Basically, I have this like video file I need to get back on my MacBook, and once I do, I'll be like editing this like movie I'm working on for for Sydney, who you know Sydney, right? We shot like all of like Saltfest on like VHS and like little handy cam.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I have enough footage to make a movie, but once I converted it, the file got like lost on my MacBook.
Oh,
and so now I have to like Best Buy Geek Squad it to get the file back, because like even like the metadata, it's just like it's a mess.
Yeah.
So and like that's gonna like cost like a good amount of money, unfortunately. So it's like a financial barrier right now. But after that, I'll like start editing it, and it has like so much like cool footage that will like be encompassed into it, and I'd love to like do a VHS run of that.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Because it's like, it's again shot with I shot it with the same camcorder I used for the music video for Teresa. I don't know if you ever saw it, but
when you have that like ready to go too, you should come back on the show and we can glitch the tape.
Yeah,
and talk about
that would be fun. Yeah, I'd love to.
So you said earlier that Phantom Menace is your favorite Star Wars. What about it is like...
Oh my god, it's so fun. Okay, so, I mean, like, I know that Jar Jar Binks is, like, a racist caricature, but...
When we were kids, we
didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. He was just
Jamaican
funny.
accent. Yeah.
He was just funny to me. I get that he's canceled now, but like I liked him. I liked him. He was like comedic relief, and like he didn't have to be racist until like he made him racist out of the blue.
Yeah, they just
like
gave
he
him
was
a
just
fake
like,
patois,
oh right,
like,
yeah. Also, that was supposed to be racist.
Also,
like, why did he do that?
The aliens that live underwater are
like that was such a like ridiculous thing. It's like, why did you like that was like a J.K. Rowling moment. Yeah, seriously. But,
what's your thoughts on the theory that he is the Phantom Menace?
I like wanted that to be true so bad.
I do too, because he's got. I mean, his eyes are obviously like lizard eyes, but like he's got the Sith eyes. And there's one particular scene in this movie that like where
the pod racing scene.
Yeah.
Right. I literally felt like I wanted to be 7 years old forever when I saw that scene.
The pod
I was like, this
great.
is exhilaration.
Yeah, Darth Maul. Like
this
I do have
exhilaration on screen.
Honestly, the sequel trilogy was so bad that it's made me like appreciate the prequels more, because like they were corny, but it's like the original movies were corny. Like we just put them on this like pedestal, but it's like we actually like critically watch the original movies. Like Carrie Fisher's got like a coke nail in multiple scenes.
Yeah,
like they're like the entire thing with Luke of like, no, Luke is this perfect hero. Luke's entire acting of it was like Mark Hamill read the script and was like, okay, so like he was literally written as like Luke S. He didn't have the name Skywalker yet, and so it's like, oh, George Lucas. So it's like you're doing the hero's journey, but you're writing yourself as the hero.
George Lucas.
Yeah, so he's like, so anytime
George
like
looking at
anytime George Lucas like was like not sure on a scene, Mark was like, well, how would I do it if I was like if Luke was George? And then he'd be like, oh, that was perfect, do that.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So like him being
stupid. Just stupid.
And so at least with the prequels, it's like I know people like the people who do defend and like the prequels, like the world building, but then it's also like at least it's like, you know, it's George Lucas having fun.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever seen the Star Wars The Holiday Special?
I have that on VHS, actually.
Really?
I have a dub of, I have a
That's
bootleg
great.
of that. It's awesome. It's like the best Star Wars.
The musical sequences in that are mind-blowing.
With Chewbacca's like, either dad or grandma or something. Like,
I just love when Carrie Fisher's singing.
yeah.
Like, it's just like, it's... You're watching it and you're just like compelled to keep watching it.
Yeah.
It's entrancing.
They have that weird music video with Jefferson Starship where it's like Chewbacca's like relative like watching, and it's like it's so horny for no reason.
Literally.
Like, the singer from the Jefferson Starship or whatever is like I will be here whenever you need me. Like, it's so weird.
Like, we could never, and see, like, that era of television will never happen again.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
The era of, like, what are we doing? We're, like, live on television, there's so many people watching, is gone. There's, like, 70 people watching a channel.
Yeah, because even weird public access, there's not that many people watching, and a lot of times it's not live, you know?
Yeah. It's just, like, I don't know. I've been, like, in the hospital a lot recently, so I have been having access to cable TV, and it is, like, it's so funny because all that cable TV is like what people on YouTube are making those "what the fuck is this" videos.
Yeah.
So like it's literally just like you don't need cable TV. Just watch a YouTube video of like a teenager explaining whatever's on cable TV if you don't have like access to it, because that's all that's on is like that. Like
reruns of Burn Notice and Law and Order.
Yeah, and like shows that like have already like been made.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
when Fox says they have a new sitcom, I don't believe them. I don't think they have a new show.
Yeah. It's gonna and it's never gonna last too. I feel like they have a new
2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, who are they getting to write those? Like, who's watching like TV shows on
I don't know. It's weird too when like one show will come out that will like change thing. Like, there will be one good show on a network, and then like USA got Mr. Robot, for instance, which like I really liked Mr. Robot, but it's like then, you know, after that's done, it's going back to normal USA Network of no one watching or caring about it.
Yeah.
And we're kind of out of the, I don't know, and like the golden era of like of TV like dramas and stuff. Like, does AMC still have anything? Because they had.
I heard they were like trying to like wrap up Walking Dead.
Okay. Because they had, well, for a while, I mean, they had Mad Men going at the same time as like Breaking Bad. Like, I was in high school when the first episode of Breaking Bad came out, and like I was like, oh, this is cool. Science teacher sells meth, but like I don't think anyone expected it to like take over pop culture the way it did.
Yeah. And they have like Funko Pops now.
Yes. Oh my god, I hate Funko Pops so
That
much.
would be like the funniest Funko Pop though. It's like Walter
Heisenberg. I feel like they have to have those.
Probably. I would want my Funko Pop to be holding a baggie of meth.
The blue meth. Yeah.
Like, if you could you can build your own, right?
Funko Pop. Yeah. I will probably look that up because there has to be. There's so many.
They have the Twin Peaks, like the lore in a bag.
They do, yeah, which is so fucked up.
I think like there should definitely be like a top 20 list of fucked up Funko Pop.
Yeah.
That shouldn't exist.
My favorite ones are the
that
ones
would be my YouTube content.
Yeah.
See, I'm saying I love YouTube videos. I love like trash YouTube videos, like just mind garbage. Clickbait
grandparents
videos.
react to Megan Thee Stallion.
I watched like this 2-hour compilation of someone like cooking in a mini kitchen.
Oh,
Amazing.
okay. That sounds
amazing video.
So we're coming up on an hour. Is there anything else you want to leave the audience with?
I don't think I have any closing thoughts, really.
Cool. Do you want to plug your like Instagram and stuff?
My Instagram is look at this cool bug I found, and I'm sure Sid will put that.
Yeah, it'll be linked in the bio.
I think I have a show coming up on sometime in April that I'll announce, and otherwise I'm taking the month off.
Yeah.
So but I'll have some stuff upcoming for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yes, thank you.